a threat that must not be ignored.
The more I've learned about nanoplastics and how widespread they are and their harmful biologic effects, the more I am really, really concerned about just exactly what's going on, how much it's going to affect now us and future generations, and it's very sobering.
But I think it's very important that people need to understand that it's maybe not a big, plastic part which is out there somewhere, but it's the breakdown of those particles, even smaller, of these products, in all the time smaller particles, which is then the big danger for us, and that is, I think, something which needs to go into the head of people, because then and in their minds, so they understand that this is might be an avalanche which comes down the road, but it will come. Or might come, if we don't do anything about it. So that's my point here. So we can't just leave it like that,
The most frightening aspect is that nanoplastics interfere with the most fundamental processes of life. Their electrostatic charge breaks bonds, distorts bioelectric signals, and destroys the harmony that exists between cells and entire organisms. It also disrupts the impulse of life, the signal that links a bee to a flower, a tree to the forest, a neuron to the brain. It silences rhythms that have resonated in unison for centuries. This is a threat that cannot wait. It must be confronted now. It is a matter of survival.
We can do as much, research, and scientific community does whatever it does, but until this alarm goes to the public, nothing will change, right? It's not a science problem anymore. Science has clearly shown what it wanted to show. Maybe there will be 10 more studies in the next few years, right? And then what, right? Until we change, and this change is based on the public opinion. I want to leave something which is, our legacy should be habitable by our future generations. And that's the pure purpose we all have in common. If we can connect to our own health, I think that is way more powerful and more appealing for all of us to collectively act on this together. I think that's a very important point. And I think at a societal level, we all have to incorporate the other dimension beyond, in our balance sheets, beyond the dollars and pounds and euros and rupees, right, is the health, the impact on the health. And I think that has to be a part of the balance sheet, because what are we making money for if we can't survive or have a good quality of life? Then everything else is worthless for us and for the future generations.
I think maybe a reason why I do that, to just show by example that we need to do that. It's my big, hope that I can contribute to a solution, and also to people thinking about it, talking about it, and acting accordingly to make this world a better place, and not just always a worse place for the future, especially for the next generations, and for my son, and for families, and of course all over the world to take care.
And I'm trying to contribute the awareness of people, to explain, to show them the risks, and to make them understand the problem, the real extent of the problem, to put them into action. So I just want to say one last word, that we only have one planet, and this planet is not single use, so we should consider this.
For too long, we have lived under the comforting illusion that there's still time, that humanity will always have a chance to recognize, understand, and respond. But that time has passed already. Our greatest challenge now is to find a solution before we cross the point of no return, while we still have both our intellect and the little time that remains. But for this to happen, all of humanity must first grasp the true scale of what is unfolding. Only then will we be able to direct our full scientific potential and resources toward finding a solution. As we have seen already, no single individual, organization, or nation alone can solve such a complex problem. The scientific community of Allatra has been searching for the solution for 2 decades, and although it hasn't been found yet, we know it exists. We understand that the answer lies at the intersection of physics, chemistry, and biology, which means that the solution is achievable, and finding it is essential for survival. Through years of research, we have come to clear understanding that the efforts of the entire global community must be united, and urgently. The challenge before us is enormous. To find a way to strip micro and nanoplastics of their ability to accumulate and retain electric charge across the entire biosphere, not just in a test tube or single organism. And to do so without harming humanity, the planet, or disrupting the Earth's magnetic field. Today, micro nanoplastics are present in every human being, including newborns taking their very first breath. In fact, unborn children developing in the womb are already exposed to these tiny particles, and even human eggs and semen are now contaminated and impacted by nanoplastics. For the first time in history, we face an enemy that threatens all life on the planet. And unless we change the course, this crisis will only deepen. Nanoplastics have indeed become the only true enemy of all humankind and each of us. I want to say that now is not the time for geopolitical rivalries or economic wars. It is not the time to build new empires. When one realizes that they're dying, it makes no sense to start building a new house, especially when no one will be left to live in it. And above all, we no longer have a time for military conflicts. There's no sense in killing one another when we're already being killed by a common invisible enemy, although some don't even realize it yet. We cannot remain indifferent to this threat because our future depends on whether we're capable of setting aside our divisions and uniting against this killer, nanoplastics, which threatens all life on our planet. The question is, are we capable of truly understanding all this? Or has nanoplastic already damaged our minds to the point where we don't even recognize the mortal danger hanging over humanity? If we can still see the reality for what it is, then we're obligated to act, to find a solution while we still can. We cannot shift this responsibility to the next generation, because if we fail to find a solution now, there will not be any true generation. And knowing this, giving up would mean betraying ourselves, our families, our children, and all of humanity, condemning all life on this planet to slow and inevitable death. Each of us, if still capable of understanding this threat, can contribute something meaningful to this effort. Only by acting together can we solve this monumental challenge and preserve the most precious thing that we have, life itself. Life is worth fighting for.